Robin Roberts at 65. The tragedy of Robin Roberts is beyond heartbreaking. Robin Roberts, a woman loved by millions for her smile, her spirit, her strength, and her resilience. But behind the bright lights and the polished Good Morning America studio, there has always been a story far heavier than most people can imagine. And the truth is, most viewers only see the surface. They see the laughter, the encouragement, the motivation, the energy that Robin brings every morning. But they do not see the pain as she hides the battles she had to fight or the losses that shaped her life into something both deeply inspiring and painfully tragic. Robin Roberts was born in Mississippi, raised in a family that believed in discipline, courage, faith, and perseverance. Her father, Lawrence Roberts, was a Tuskegee Airman, a Black military aviation legend. Her mother, Lucy Marion, was a woman of wisdom and strength, and Robin grew up watching what real resilience looked like from the very beginning. She understood that life would not hand out easy victories and that greatness required sacrifice. But nothing could prepare her for the storms that were waiting ahead. Robin Roberts spent years building her career. Step by step, she worked harder than anyone around her. Starting as a local sports reporter, sleeping in cheap motels, driving long hours between assignments, until eventually her talent, her professionalism, and her heart earned her a place at ESPN and later the biggest stage in American morning television, Good Morning America. But while millions watched her rise, few understood what it was costing her. Inside, Robin Roberts was always the person who encouraged others, but in 2007, her world changed overnight. When she heard the words, "No one ever wants to hear you have breast cancer," the diagnosis hit her like a crash, a moment that shattered her assumptions about life and forced her to confront a new reality, one where strength was no longer optional. She went through chemotherapy. She lost her hair. She endured bruising, exhaustion, nausea, and fear, but she refused to stop working. She showed the world what real bravery looks like, telling herself every day, "Make your mess your message." And just when she believed she had survived the darkest chapter, life struck again in a way far more devastating. Just a few years later, she was diagnosed with myelodysplastic syndrome, a rare and life-threatening blood disorder caused by complications from her earlier cancer treatment. The doctors told her she needed a bone marrow transplant to survive, and without it, time was running out. Robin Roberts had spent her life giving hope to others, yet she now found herself praying for a miracle. She needed a donor, and she had to face the terrifying possibility that she might not live long enough to find one. But then something happened that would change not just her life, but the lives of millions. Her sister Sally Ann turned out to be a perfect match. The relief was overwhelming, but the journey was far from over. The transplant itself came with agonizing risk, weeks in isolation, uncertainty, infection, pain, and a fight every single day just to stay alive. And through all this, she allowed the world to see her vulnerability. She turned her suffering into awareness, encouraging thousands to register as donors, inspiring people to believe in life, even when life feels impossible. Robin Roberts returned to Good Morning America, weak, trembling, emotional, but alive, and millions cried watching her walk through those studio doors. But the tragedy of Robin Roberts goes deeper than her illnesses, because behind the camera, Robin experienced devastating personal losses, the passing of her mother only days before her transplant, a pain she carried into the hospital, unable to even attend the funeral, because fighting for her own life was the only option. She lost her mentors, her friends, colleagues, and family members. And every time she came back to the cameras, she carried grief behind her smile and strength behind her. Silence, people often say, cancer changes everything. And for Robin, it truly did. She learned what it felt like to hurt physically, emotionally, and spiritually. She faced nights when she questioned if she would wake up the next morning. She watched everything she built hang in the balance. She learned how fragile life really is. She learned the difference between having fans and having people who truly love you. And through every storm, she continued to show kindness. She continued to lift people up, even while breaking inside. Robin Roberts said something once that reveals more than anything: I am stronger than before, but I am also softer than before. Because when you have almost lost everything, you see life differently today. At 65, many think she is unstoppable. But the truth is, her body still carries the long-term effects of years of treatment, health challenges that never fully disappear, and the weight of emotional scars that the world does not see. She lives with the constant reality that serious illness can return at any time she lives, with the memory of hospital rooms, needles, blood tests, exhaustion, and fear. She lives knowing that every day is borrowed time, and yet she chooses to live that borrowed time loudly, brightly, and with purpose. And that is where the tragedy becomes beautiful. Because Robin Roberts turned pain into purpose, turned fear into faith, turned suffering into strength, and proved that courage is not the absence of struggle, but surviving it publicly so that others know they are not alone. She has inspired millions of cancer patients, families, caretakers, and survivors. She has shown that vulnerability is not weakness, that transparency can heal, that hope can rebuild even after everything collapses, and she continues to live with gratitude instead of bitterness. She continues to work with grace instead of ego. She continues to love openly even after life tried to break her. Robin Roberts is a reminder to every one of us watching right now that life can take everything from you. But you decide whether it breaks you or builds you. And if you are listening to this right now and going through something heavy, remember this: if Robin can stand back up, so can you. If Robin can smile through pain, so can you. If Robin can choose hope after heartbreak, so can you. Her story is a tragedy, but also a triumph. And that is why she will always be remembered, not for the battles she fought, but for the strength she showed while fighting them. And if there is anything her life teaches us, it is this: never wait to tell people you love them. Never take a day for granted. Never underestimate the power of faith. And never stop believing that your tomorrow can still be better than your yesterday. Robin Roberts at 65 stands as living proof that the human spirit is stronger than any storm, and that sometimes the most beautiful people are the ones who have survived the most painful things. And that is the heartbreaking tragedy and the extraordinary triumph of Robin Roberts. Thank you for watching this story. And if you were moved by it, if you believe more people should hear stories like this, and if you want to stay connected with more inspiring and emotional journeys, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel right now